Enjoy your stay in our luxury cabins. Meet all the new campers and counselors. Start every morning with an exercise routine to get that rad body you're looking for. During the day, we have archery, baseball, and go hiking in our forest. After that, enjoy our wonderful beaches. Lifeguards are always on duty. And when it comes to our lake, it's always time to get wet and wild. And who doesn't love beach volleyball? After that, enjoy our dining hall. Meet up with your friends and enjoy a wonderful meal, such as pizza and the stuff. After dinner every night, feel free to come down to our fire pits, where we tell ghost stories and roast marshmallows. This is a perfect place to end the day. A lot of events we have is things like the talent show, which we put on every year at the end of summer. So what are you waiting for? Come to Camp RAD PACK, where you may find friends for life and even possibly love. Camp RAD PACK, where you come to get rad, get weird, and get killer. Welcome to Camp RAD PACK! What is up, everybody?
Welcome, campers!
Ow! Now, did that video want you guys? Did you guys want to come here right now? We are on location at Camp RAD PACK. I'm outside the cabins. Mel is out hiking with some kids out there, and sadly, Justin has bunk duty tonight. So
I got stuck with bunk duty tonight.
Inside the cabin. Let me know who is in the house to come check us out right now. I see a lot of people bouncing in the chat. Let me know what you thought of our intro there. Does it make you want to come and be part of this? I said you could find some love here.
Whoop, whoop.
Camp RAD PACK. Getting your ASMR in there. I dug that, Garrett. Sexy. Got your sexy ASMR voice.
You know, I'm trying.
We love to see it.
I'm trying to get people to come here because you know, everybody's trying to be the fourth member. So I figured, why not? Let's get them in here. Let me know who's going to send the audition tapes now. So we got Lepke Vision Films in the house. Oh, it is like Camp Nowhere. Robzilla. Look at that, dude. Huh, Justin? You got all the cool stuff in there.
That's right.
Robert Long keeps wanting me to see this movie. I've never heard of it, man. I looked it up, but it kept giving me the Drew Barrymore one.
That rules too.
That was a good one.
I want to see the one where she goes to camp.
Drew?
Yeah.
Mark. It's time. Good Real Hunting.
Hey, Bratman.
What is up? What is up? Vanderhoff. What's up? Let me see. Ken Carlson.
What's going on, everybody?
Holly Go Frightly.
Welcome to camp.
Salute Your Shorts, man. That was like one I grew up with. I bet definitely Justin was watching that, wasn't it?
Oh, hell yeah, I was.
Mel, did you ever watch that one?
I didn't. Was it
That
good?
was on,
Is it a must-see? Should I watch it in the tent back there?
You've never seen it?
It's a show.
Why did my voice go 10 registers up when I just said that?
I don't know, but I was copying it.
You've never seen it?
It's from all that.
I did.
It's from all that singing in the dining hall earlier, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Well, I always lead the camp sing-alongs, guys. You know that. Even though I'm stuck on bunk duty, I still have other duties at camp that I have to attend to. You know what I mean?
All
these bastard kids.
I know. That's why you're on bunk duty. Oh, they're being loud back there too.
Those little shits.
I'm all by
I need to go to
myself.
bed
I got just me and the fire back there. It's warming me up.
They're supposed to be in bed right now. Hopefully everybody's sleeping.
Mel must be cold out there. It's pretty cold out. It's chilly.
They're not sleeping.
Tabata Vision, what's up, man? Good Real Hunting wants to know how the
reception is. Mine's a little so if we start to skip out a little bit, that's why.
Yeah, mine's a
my
little sketchy
reception
too.
Isn't good.
Yeah, look at her. She's all jittery. Yeah.
Where'd my fingers go?
Stuntman Mark.
You guys are all staying warm out by the fire. I'm kind of jealous of your fire out there. You guys doing s'mores or anything tonight?
Not yet. We got some fire. What do you got? You got any fire in there? You better
I
not
got my
have
own
any
fire. I may be stuck on bunk duty, but I still got s'mores.
Oh.
And I got some fire, baby.
Man, you are partying in there right
We're
now.
staying warm. It's bunk duty. You still gotta live it up.
I know. I'm out here gonna
I'm
starve.
feeling like I want to be on bunk duty. What am I doing out here with the kids?
I'm chilling.
Why'd I get
Chilling.
stuck with the kids?
Yeah, but I got this one.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta stay there with them. Yeah.
I got Rad Dog.
Of them all. Hi, Pete.
My cousin Vinny.
Hello.
Awesome, man. Welcome, JS. Who's got the marshmallows? I think Mel's kids have them over there.
You take the mallow.
You put it on the gram. Ben Grimm. Oh, he's talking about Salute Your Shorts. Donkey Lips was on Salute Your Shorts. Oh, yeah. Brent Madison. Ooh, Little Darlings. That's a tight one right there. That's a deep cut.
I've heard of that one. I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah. You guys should definitely house some s'mores out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have one myself. Look at this little guy. Look at that cute little guy.
I want that so bad.
Look at that adorable little cupcake. I'll let you know how it is.
Hey, yo, I think we got UB in the house right now. Look at it.
I gotta roast it. I gotta roast it. Hold on, you gotta roast it. I can't line it up. There we go.
Heat it up. Uncle Rad's in the house.
So stupid.
What's up, Uncle Rad?
Uncle Rad is here.
He's the creepy uncle.
I love it. The creepy uncle.
He's very bulbous.
Yeah, Whitewater Summer. Yeah, definitely a cool movie. Does not have a Blu-ray release. My friend, dude, no way. I said this on Dead Pit. Salute your. Hey Dude used to scare me when I was a kid. That guy. What the heck was his name?
The leader guy?
No, it was like the Indian guy. What was his name?
He did kind of.
He scared me as a kid, as a little kid. I swear to God.
He's just like a dude.
I don't remember what his name was now. Somebody tell me what his name is. Let me see.
Just like the rancher kid?
Salute Your Shorts was bomb.
Salute Your Shorts was awesome. And that has some people you'd recognize in it. Ben Stiller's wife, what's her name?
Oh, yeah. She was in Hey Dude.
She's in that. Yeah. Good
Real Hunting. Yep. So we can do that as like an honorable mention right now. Honorable mention is we talked about that. We're all big fans of Fear Street 2, the 1978 that takes place in the camp. Obviously, it has no physical media release, so there's nothing we can show for it. But yeah, very cool. They did it really well, I thought. What do you guys think on that?
I liked that one a lot.
That movie was awesome. You know, when I reviewed all those on the channel, and when I ranked them, I put that as number 2, and the first one is number 1. And the consensus was most people tend to like 2 the best out of all of them. And when I rewatched it, I kind of wish I would have ranked it a little bit differently, because I think I would put the second as number 1. It's awesome. It has the most emotional beats. I don't want to spoil anything if people haven't seen it, but there's that really brutal scene that's like between the 2 sisters. You know, I think they're sisters in the movie, but that's great, man. It's a great movie.
Well, and I did the same thing. I ranked them 1, 2, 3, just because I think I liked 1 so much when it first dropped, because I was just so excited that we were getting this. You know what I mean? So when 1 came out, I was like, "Oh, this is the best ever!" And
Yeah,
I just ranked them 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you fans of the books? You guys, when you were kids?
I'm collecting those. I'm trying to collect every single one of them.
Nice.
That was more on the Goosebumps side. I didn't really read the Fear Street. I read more the Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Which is
I'm
weird
like 4
because
Goosebumps away from having that whole set too.
Oh, really?
Oh, no shit.
See, Goosebumps I never got into. I felt like I was too old for that. But I guess that doesn't make that much sense, right? Because we're about the same age, so I don't know why. But I have a lot of the Fear Street and regular R.L. Stine books still. for me, the covers on those books are just as iconic as like VHS covers. Like, they're so good. And people ask me all the time, like, what do you wish they would do for movies? And I always said, like, imagine taking those books and just making them movies. I think that there's plenty of good content in those to make like a whole series of movies just based on those individual books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, are you talking about Goosebumps?
Yeah. I mean, you can say Goosebumps or just Fear Streets or R.L. Stine. Like, I mean, there's plenty of good stuff out there.
Well, they did I wasn't too into. Did you guys see I didn't see the Goosebumps the Jack Black movies. They didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah, I didn't see them either.
I saw the first one and I didn't like it, so I didn't watch the second one.
Well, they could even do a series of anthologies like the VHS movies, because they're short stories anyway. So that would make sense, and that would be really cool.
Yeah, I would definitely like that a lot. Slasher Home Video says, "What's up, campers?" Yeah, I remember. What was his name? That was the counselor. What was his name when he dressed up like the plunger scary guy? Do you remember?
I forget. Fright Rags actually put out a shirt.
They did, yeah,
with him in there too, which was awesome.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I remember this movie, but I don't remember it. Bug Juice, Ice Cube. Do you guys remember that? Oh,
wow. That's old. That's old school. I think those were books or something before, weren't they?
Yes. Oh, here we go. Zeke the Plumber was his name. Zeke the Plumber.
That's right. That's it.
Kenny Levels. What up, man?
Kenny Levels.
So I know what I wanted to ask. Did any of you guys neither of you guys go to summer camp or know anybody that went to summer camp?
I went 1 year and it was like a week-long thing.
Ooh,
and we
just 1 week?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I don't want to. It was gross. So I don't even remember why I went. I think I just heard one of the girls in my class was going, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And then she told her mom, and her mom called my mom, and then all of a sudden I was going, and I was like, "Okay."
Was it like the movies?
It kind of was. Like, you went out in the middle of nowhere. They had these like cabins. They were like bunk beds, and you would go to sleep, and they would come wake you up, and you'd go do things for the day. But it was like, you would go look at bugs and go fishing, and
you were all about the bugs, huh?
Well, see, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm like super bug phobic now, but apparently I really love bugs. But I woke up one night and there was a worm in my bed.
Somebody put it there.
I bet.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I think somebody was playing a trick on you there. See, in the movies, they make it look like it's this big. They make it look like it's a big. See, I always thought camp was like you go there for the whole summer, like you're there for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something. Like it's this big epic thing, and everybody's just kind of hanging out, doing whatever they want. But I guess it's not like that.
No, I was just there for a week, and a week was enough for me. Because after I found that worm in my bed, I was like, I'm not sleeping there, so I made some other girls.
That's hilarious.
Get in the worm bed now.
Yeah, you sleep there.
Yeah, I love it. That's funny though. I was actually interested in knowing that as well because I had never been to camp. I was a camp counselor, but it was for a day camp, so we never slept overnight. It was just you went there, did stuff. Basically, it was like a glorified babysitter at that point.
You didn't have to take anybody out in the middle of the woods and set up tents and things like that.
No, there was times where we'd have to take a bus to different places. We're going to go to the movies today, or hey, we're going to do this. There was nothing there was no archery or there was no lake. There was nothing like that. I was basically just in a big field for the day. But, I always kind of wish I did go or worked at a sleepover camp. I just feel like that environment to me is something that really interests me. And I remember I was watching, I think Deandra did a streamer or something where she was talking about having one of those camps for adults. And I'm like, dude, I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
See, I'm the opposite. I went when I was a kid, and now the idea of that I went freaks me out because I was this was back in the day when there were no cell phones, people, and my parents literally dropped me off, and I didn't talk to them or see them for 7 days. So
that crazy?
We were Friday the 13th and that shit. They would have had no idea. So I think about that now, and I'm like, thank God, my experience was what it was.
Yeah.
It could have been different, and I would have been a completely different person today.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So do you feel that if you would go now, as an adult, not a kid, right now, if all of a sudden they said, hey, we're going to do a thing and you guys can watch movies and you're all going to stay in cabins and during the day you're going to do games and stuff and and there was just like all adults that had similar interests. Would
Like
you
an
not
adult
want to?
camp?
Yeah, like if you right now went and like me and Justin were there and like a bunch of other people were there in cabins, like, and you couldn't use your phone for like 2 weeks, like would you like freak out and not want to be there, or would you
So
enjoy
is
that
it like
situation?
the situation that I was in where like when I went, I didn't know anybody, or am I gonna like know people? Are we gonna have keggers? Like what's the situation?
I feel
How
like
about
it has to be for people from all over, so you really wouldn't know everybody,
Wouldn't
right?
know?
Like it'd be
No, I wouldn't.
that'd be weird.
It would be
If
like
I had some
how
homies
it would
with
be-
me.
it would be
Yeah,
a
I'd
big-
have to have some homies go with me, and I'd be staying in their jam, and we'd be,
All right, how about it would be a big hangout for everybody, like in the chat and YouTubers and people that you've never met in real life, but you only know via this format.
Oh,
feel
hell yeah,
comfortable doing
I'd
that?
go.
That'd be
I'd
cool.
Now,
Yeah.
like my life is so hectic that I feel like if I could go to an environment where I was forced to not have a phone for so long, like I feel like I would love every second of it. But when I'm living my regular life, like I can't. It's a tough time for me to put that thing down. And like for instance, I went to the dentist like once, and they're like, "Oh, you need a root canal." I'm like, "What? I've never even had a cavity in my life." And I'm sitting there and I'm literally like dozed off in the chair, and the lady's like, "What? You're dozing?" I'm like, "Dude, listen, like this is the only time that like my brain is going 100 miles an hour."
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I was like, because I couldn't
Damn.
do anything else, so I was like,
We
this
need
is
to
so
get you to
relaxing.
camp, man.
I
We
gotta
got to
go
get
to
you to
camp.
camp.
All right, well, we got a super chat in here. I think Lepke. Let me see what he says here. He says my family couldn't afford sending me to any type of camp when I was a kid, so this is a real treat. Oh, so you feel like you're in camp right now? That's exactly what we wanted, man.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's exactly the vibe we were going for tonight. We can't wait to get into these movies, but before we do, thank you for the super chat, man.
This shit is so funny.
That's my jam. I love that.
Corey's at camp, baby. All right, so I got a lot of stuff going on in the chat, but we are trying our best to keep this around an hour and a half. So we're gonna have to start getting into it, and I'll start scrolling through the chat and talking to you guys. But feel free to chime in on any of these movies. I'll start. So what we're gonna do is kind of go around, kind of showcase and talk about some summer camp movies that we have or seen or enjoy, and then you guys kind of chime in and let us know. So the first one I'll bring up is obviously the main one. It's the Friday the 13th series, like not the show, but the whole franchise itself. But what I did was I picked out just the ones. Sick, you're in, man. You're in. So what I want to talk about, and again, make sure, let me know if I'm right or wrong here, but I chose to bring out Friday the 13th Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, where am I? Part 4, and then I brought Part 6, because to me, those are the ones that really have that camp vibe. Part 5 is just in that, like, that house, right? Like, it's not at camp. So I wanted to talk about just those ones. And man, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. And honestly, like if you watched my ranking with the Dead Pit guys, like those right there are like my top, I think 4 or 5. And I think the camp atmosphere really is the reason why. I just am really into this style movie. And this is why I thought this would be a cool concept for a show. Now, how about you guys?
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm not a big Friday the 13th fan. I agree with everything that I know. Like,
Goodness.
who is this person? I agree with everything that you say, though. Like, the ones that happen at camp are so iconic, and those are the ones that are so, like, greatly loved and all of that. I just didn't love them.
When we started talking about this a little bit beforehand, I realized that my favorites, the ones that I like the most out of the series, are the ones that I guess aren't camp centric. I love 5. I love 5.
I take back everything.
The first one to me is kind of a snoozer. I mean, it's okay. I know that maybe I just lost my horror card forever, but I like Part 5. I know Piz is a big 5 guy. I like 5, and I like Jason X. I think that's one of my favorite ones. Is that I love that. I just love the cheesy. You know, when it comes to me, I like the more like I guess the cheesier beef flavor ones, and that has amazing kills. But there is a couple camp sequences in Jason X, so technically it counts. But I love 5 and I love Jason X. But overall, the series is a lot of fun. But I haven't seen all of them a bunch of times, so
Yeah, same. I think I've seen them all like maybe once, and
Yeah.
it was good.
Well, we're gonna have to definitely,
What's
definitely
up?
change that.
I know.
You
I
can't
got the
torture me
set.
like that.
When I got the set, I watched them all because when everybody had Friday the 13th fever, and so I watched them all, and they're all pretty good. But I guess I
Well,
like
maybe
the
that's my
non-camp ones.
problem with them is like Friday the 13th and Halloween are the movies that everyone talks about all the time, like literally all the time. And it's just like I would much rather watch something that's not known, like a Vinegar Syndrome flick or something like.
That's the same as me. I was always like a Return of the Living Dead, Hellraiser, like the B movie shit. And all anybody ever talks about is like usually like the big three. And I think when people talk about when it's like the most popular thing, I tend to gravitate away from it. You know, so maybe that's what it is. I haven't given the series enough of a fair shake.
It's like high school all over again, Justin, for you, huh?
I know, man. I'm too fucking cool for it. I don't know what it is. Watching the shittiest Vinegar Syndrome movies of all time, and not like watching the classics. I didn't even see the first Halloween, until I don't know, like a few years ago. So
that's right. You were watching My Boyfriend's Back. It's fine.
I watched that too, though. That was one of my jams when I was a kid.
Hell yeah!
I definitely watched it as well, but no, I mean I think what it is definitely like I think for me, I enjoy Friday the 13th over the big three franchise in general, and I think a lot of it is due to the camp aesthetic, and maybe it was just when I saw it as a kid, was just really at the right time. But like I find that the series as a whole, in my opinion, is way better than Halloween is as a whole. Even though it's funny is that it's very similar in tone for a lot of the series. Like with Friday the 13th, it's like you know what you're going to get basically. Like there's no, it is what it is, no matter what they bring to the table. So I'm always kind of fine with it.
Yeah, it's consistent. I remember when I did watch those, I watched in order from the first to however the fuck many there are, and they are pretty consistent. They're all solid watches for sure.
Yeah, I was always a Nightmare on Elm Street girl. I thought Freddy was so interesting and creative and like not, a slow.
He talks. He has personality. Man's got jokes. Right. Yeah.
Saucy. Love him.
So Mel, do you want to take it over from here and jump on the next one?
Sure. So.
Oh, I'm a happy camper.
I love the summer
sun. I love the trees and forests. It's having fun.
Oh,
I'm a happy camper. I love the clear blue sky. Oh God, we're butchering this so bad. And with the grace of God,
I'll camp until I
die.
Yeah, baby.
Holy shit.
That was our campfire song. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
We did our best.
Now the kids are up. Look at it. The kids are up now. Shit.
Go to sleep back there.
Holy shit.
So Good Real Hunting said, I bet Mel went to Camp Arawak and became friends with Angela.
We're besties still. That's where I got this scrunchie.
She's rated G too, so you guys probably could have teamed up, and everybody's smoking cigarettes and doing all the rated R stuff. You guys could have teamed up and really clean the place up. You know what I'm saying, G-Man?
Good up. Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's show these off, Justin, because it gets people all fired.
Oh, we got the slips, baby. Oh, we got the slips.
You want to know what gets me fired up is I couldn't even get the movies without the slips.
Really?
I got the first one for $15, but the movies without the slips, when I went to buy them, were still like $80.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's taken a lot for me not to just sell these off right now because these are coming back. They are coming back.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. When I bought these, I got them off eBay just a few years ago. I mean, obviously, physical media has been popping hard, but just a few years ago, not every single slipcover movie was outrageous. You could find this. I think I bought these individually for like $25 or $30, which you just could not do now. But I did notice when I got this. I don't know if you can see this. You see the hole in there? I think it was a screener copy.
That's what it was. Yep.
So I got it, and I'm like, God damn, right on the
That's not
cover.
even her on the cover either.
I know, isn't that crazy? But if you look at this right there, if you talk about video store days, I mean, that is just one of the most iconic covers, and it has literally nothing to do with the movie whatsoever.
Exactly.
They were just trying to capitalize on, Freddy and Jason and all that stuff. But these movies are the ones that just kind of jumped out at you at the video store.
Yeah, they didn't even need to do that either because these movies standalone were great. So the first one is iconic because of that ending, right? Everybody remembers the ending and how shocking it was and how crazy it was. But for me, the second and the third one is where it's at. Those are the campy B horror movies that I loved when I was younger. Angela, in the second one, she comes back as a counselor, gets fed up with them kids, it's crap, and just starts serial slaughtering them, and then in the third one she comes back as a camper and still tired of the kids' crap and starts slaughtering away. So I don't know, they were just cheesy B horror fun, and these were just so rewatched when I was a kid. I watched them all the time. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I agree. I think they're all great. And, I'm so happy to have them. And like I said, I know everybody out there is probably clamoring to get these editions, in you as well. But just hold up. I know they're coming back. They're too popular of a series to not see the light of day again.
I'm waiting for the 4K. I'm hoping they get a 4K. But I don't even have, the cool Survivor kit.
The Red Cross one. You get the Red Cross one, Garrett?
Yeah.
You have that one?
But you know what's interesting is I just noticed on yours, right? So I have the Red Cross one, but I have this one. But look, you got this one with that extra, with the bonus disc in it, which I don't have.
DVD, yeah.
Yeah, this is the edition that didn't have that, but my Red Cross does. So yours is basically the same as the Red Cross, except the different cover.
Well, didn't the Red Cross come with a blood bag though?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
I don't remember.
Did. But this is how the fourth disc came though.
That's how mine was when I had it way back in the day.
It didn't come in a case. It just came in this little envelope.
I think that's how it is on the Red Cross as well, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
and
so this is
terrible. So good, iconic poster. Yeah.
Such great artwork.
But
I
That's
love
silly
this
as cover. They're so fun, and you bring up a good point about I think the first one's is it's the most legit, even though it's completely ridiculous. I find it to be. A legitimately good slasher. There's good, gore effects and stuff. The third ones don't even really have. The second and third ones don't really have as much gore, but they're so much more campy, and the characters are so entertaining. Especially the third one. You have the crazy camp counselor, the dude from what was he in? Was he in Scrooged? Is that where I'm remembering him from? I want to say he was in the old man.
Guy? He's
the guy, the creepy guy who's hooking up with this super young camper girl. It's that whole thing is it's just so bizarre.
It is bizarre.
But yeah, go ahead.
It's bizarre in the sense why would that girl want to hook up with that guy? Ever?
Yeah, she's smoking hot. He's a creep. He's married. He's the owner of the camp. He's super horny. Doesn't give a shit about the camp whatsoever. It was so freaking weird, and there's so much questionable shit that would not fly whatsoever in that, especially in that third one. Some of the things that was coming out of their mouths, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Where she drops the girl down in the outhouse, and the girl's she has leeches on her. She's trying to get out. He's stabbing her with a stick. She's like, "Get down there!"
And almost everything is off camera. There's nothing. It's just so funny.
Yeah, no, they're just campy goodness.
Mm-hmm. I think they were shot back to back from what I read up on them. I think the second and third one were shot back to back. I don't know what's up with the wigs in the third one. Everybody has especially at the beginning when they have the girl who has the milkshake tattoo on her tits and she's getting ready. They do a whole introduction she's going to be some main character, and then she's just killed off immediately. She throws her in the back of that truck. So good.
Even the original one, the first one, that's the cook and all the stuff he was saying. It's dude, you would never be able to get away with that shit now. Ever.
Yeah, it's so wild, man.
Well, even that last scene when it pans out, it's kind of that's a little racy nowadays too, to be doing that stuff. Or even just the storyline in general, how the aunt took this kid and
Yeah, I mean, it kind of,
turn him
it
into
kind of,
something else, you know, to
Yeah,
prove herself. I don't know. Like,
it's
it's crazy, but it's
the
so
whole
good.
yeah, the plot, everything about that series, I think makes it stand out. Like, is just so like there's really no other word to describe it. It's just bizarre, and from the whole setup, the story of Angela being, you know, I'm assuming everybody's seen. We don't have to worry about spoilers in here, but you know, raising Angela as a girl, and she's the whole villain throughout the whole movie, and everything. Every movie has weird quirks that just are just so random. It's such a random franchise.
That is so good.
you know what I love though? I loved Ricky in it, and like
Mhm.
when he got so mad, I still to this day laugh when he's screaming. He's like, "Pricks, get back here, pricks!" Like I think
Yeah.
it's like the funniest thing ever. Like when he's like trying to fight all the big kids and stuff, and like,
Oh yeah.
I love it. All right, Justin, you want to keep the ball rolling here, brother?
Yeah, what do I got here? I got what was I gonna go for? I don't want to say I wanted to hit our big ones. Why don't you go next? Because I want to make sure that because you have one that you wanted to really, really talk about. I want to make sure we get, or did you want to wait for that one?
So what I was going to do is I figured every time we all go around, I'll hit back the chat and then we'll come back around.
Okay, you guys. I mean, you want to talk about Ticks?
Let's go. Do it.
Oh,
So Ticks, 1993. This is one of the entries that isn't a slasher in the summer camp, but a rare summer camp creature feature. Where you have the mutant ticks, you have the guys who have the weed farm trying to fertilize their weed plants, and you have the toxic ooze steroids. They call it steroids, plant steroids that mutates the ticks. And I just did that's going to be the next on the Dead Caps. That's my next summer camp horror review, where I did a deep dive on this. This movie has a pretty good story. It's produced by Stuart Gordon, so he came in and really pushed them to make it crazy and gory. You have K&B coming in there for the big transformation scene. You have Carlton Alfonso Ribeira. You have Seth Green. You have Amy Dolan's, all gathered at this camp, kind of similar to what happens in Sleepaway Camp 3, where they bring all the trouble kids together, try to like rehabilitate them. And you just have so many iconic lines in that. They call me Panic because I don't. Alfonso Ribeiro is so good. It's just such a classic, and I hadn't seen it up until a couple years ago. But everything about it's so classic. I always had a huge crush on Amy Dolan's there. What do you guys think?
I like Ticks. I think it's a good movie. It got a great addition from Vinegar Syndrome. Now I forget, is that a 4K or no? I forgot.
It's a 4K.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah.
It has the slip box, the slip case. It's I never thought we'd get an edition.
That image on the back, though.
But when I started deep diving this movie, most of the iconic scenes that we all know, like the I'm infested scenes, all the stuff in the barn, the big transformation scene, that was all added on reshoots. I guess when they got done with the initial like filming of the movie, they realized they didn't really have a releasable movie. So they rewrote a bunch of stuff, added new scenes, and that's when we got all the stuff with Clint Howard. They brought him in for the reshoots. And those are some of the most memorable scenes, when the whole I'm infested scene, and K&B did such an incredible job with the transformation scene at the end. It's just so crazy, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's a cool movie, and like you said, the effects are really done well, and it was at a weird time, like that early 90s. What was it, 93 you said?
93.
That's a weird year for movies, like especially with like the Jurassic Park. Nobody wanted to come out around that time, you know. So it's kind of a weird time for movies, I think. But yeah, so those are the first three that we're going to talk about. We're going to come back around, but I'm going to jump in the chat because we do have quite a bit of people in here right now, and I know I probably missed a lot, but I want to try to catch up. Slasher Home Video says, when do you think Scream Factory will release Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2 in 4Ks? They'll probably do a box set. If not them, someone else will.
Oh, they better do a box set.
I'd love to see Vinegar Syndrome get a hold of that. I don't need Scream Factory to get a hold of every movie anymore. There's so many more companies that have came out that you know.
These look
Scream
nice
Factory
together.
Scream Factory isn't doing stuff like this.
No.
They're gonna, you know.
They're not even doing new artwork on their 4Ks, which I appreciate that for Army of Darkness, because that original artwork is so dope. It's ridiculous, but
Yeah, I mean, I like the original artwork just because I've got all this commission stuff. And I think the sleepaway camps that they did look really good together. Like, they all look nice. Like, they're kind of done by the same artist. They've got the same vibe. But, again, I would have rather had them throw this in, like, a big box kind of like this. I would have been happier with that, you know? Yeah, Mid-Level says, sell those slips before the fall case come out. Trust me, I know, and I'm going to probably regret not doing it.
The trilogies, I mean, going for like $200 as Sleepaway Camp on there. Like $200 on eBay. It's crazy.
She is real, Good Real Hunting. She really is one of the nicest celebs that I've ever met as well. And where are you meeting her in 2 weeks? I'm going to Silver Scream Con. She's going to be there at the end of August. So, yeah, I'll be seeing her again, too. And I think I'm going to give her a Rad Pack shirt. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Camp Rad Pack, if you like the shirts, you can go at either shop.deadpit.com or shop.borntobirad.com and get yours now. Multiple styles available right now. Go check them out.
Be a camp counselor.
Be a counselor. Everybody's ears in the channeling.
Sorry, is that really loud? I can't hear it when I do it.
I can't either. I got my buds in.
It's loud.
It's loud, buddy.
Every time we do it, 5 people leave.
Brian goes blue. What's up, man? Dead Pit says Uncle Rad or Bodacious Bill. Summer Camp Girls. I know Justin likes that one too. From Vinegar Syndrome. Summer Camp Girls.
Oh shit! I had it up here. I don't have it. Fuck yeah, I like that movie. What's not to like, huh?
No, that's why you took
What do you
bunk
put?
duty tonight.
I got caught with Summer Camp Girls. That's why I'm stuck in the bunk cleaning toilets and shit. Because I got caught with Summer Camp.
I said, "Hey, that's not G-rated. Get in that."
Like,
bunk.
it's a collector's edition, man. Come on. It's art. It's art. It's not smut. It's art.
Steve Mayers, what is up, man? Welcome to the chat.
What's up, dude?
The monkey. Oh, if we can go to any one of these camps, which film camp would you go to? Ooh. Huh. Interesting. It's a good one.
I'd go to one we haven't talked about yet. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between two. I mean, I feel like me and Angela would be like homies forever. So that one could be fun. But then, yeah, I'm going to talk about another one that would be fun too.
You know what? I'd probably say like Friday the 13th 2, I would say, because they had that luxury cabin over there in that house. Luxury cabin over there. I'd probably say that one. Was that Packanack?
It's hard to think about wanting to go to one of these camps because you're just going to inevitably be killed in some brutal, violent way. So I don't know if I want to go to. I'm just trying. That's why I'm thinking maybe one of the lighter ones that we're going to talk about would be a little bit more fun. I don't know if I want to hang out with Jason or Angela or a bunch of mutated ticks.
Mid-level watch part 2 because of the cover. And you know what, though? I always think about that because there was a scene in that with those kids dressed up like, remember, like a half-assed Freddy and Jason? So they kind of did utilize the glove and the mask.
Kind of. But the thing that bugged me about it is 2 and 3, it's not her on the cover. It's some random chick.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, like, why did they do that? Why didn't...
This is interesting. I had no idea about this. Lepke Vision said Felissa Rose sells the survival kits box sets on her website.
Oh, no shit.
I had no idea.
I didn't either.
Oh, we got another candidate for a Rad Pack here. Rad Lito. He says, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be rad.
Ooh, you're on the list. You are on the list. Get out of here.
What's
Uncle
up, Coco?
Rad. Creepy Uncle Rad.
Wow, look at
Hell
this.
yeah.
Thank you, Coco.
I was going to blow the whistle, but I'm going to save everybody ears and just say thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've been trying to get you into Psych episode 15 of season 3. I've never seen that show in my life. So what is it? Is it is that like at a camp or something? That episode? Anybody know? You guys don't know?
I've heard of Psych. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, Brian's got the same set you have. Yeah, Rob Zilla says same edition, no Red Cross.
Yeah, I was bummed because I didn't even know about the Red Cross, and I was like, oh, could it be? Could I have something really cool in my collection? I didn't know it, and I looked at it, and I was like, ah.
But no, but that's still pretty rare though, considering this one is the real like default one that they ended up using. Yours is kind of
what's
like
that going for? About $100 on eBay, something like that. I think I checked not too long ago. Both of them are expensive, but I think the Super Survival Kit is really high because I want it so bad. But hopefully, when they do release these, they release it as the trilogy, and they kind of hopefully recreate that with another box set.
It'd be cool if they did something like this, where it's like survival kit, not just like a box set like they like a regular one, but something that's like special. Because like when you open this, it has like the tools on it, and
I am so jealous that you guys have those.
I don't know. It's dope.
I had the original one back in the day. I think I sold it like CD Warehouse or something, traded it for a bunch of stupid like butt rock CDs or something back in like 01.
Damn.
We did a lot of
there
fun
was
stuff
a certain
like that.
amount of these that came with a blood bag in them.
I got like Creed and Use Your Illusion 2 or something for my survival kit.
Is Brian Goes Blue in the chat?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know. Did some of these come with a blood bag? I feel like he would know.
I don't think. I have the Red Cross in the other room, but I don't think it has a blood bag in it. I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember the everybody talking about. I saw somebody on a Facebook group like desperately trying to find. I can't find the Sleepaway Camp 4 anywhere. It's like it's not really a movie. It's like some random scattershot scenes. It's not even. I mean, it's worth watching if you're a huge fan, but it's not a movie by any means. You know, it was like 20 minutes of footage or something.
Yeah. Camp Rolling Hills or Camp New Horizon? Ooh. Rolling Hills for me. What do you guys like? Rolling Hills is 2. Camp Horizon was part 3 of us.
I may be a poser, but it's not ringing bells for me. You're going to have to help me out.
Either one. I mean,
Camp Rolling Hills
better than the other.
Camp Rolling Hills was the song that we just sang. That was at Camp Rolling Hills.
Oh, Rolling Hills. That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I want to stay away from Angela.
Thanks, Jacob. And like. I forget it's not an Arawak.
It's not an Arawak. That's right. It goes to a different camp in the second one.
So definitely hit the like button, guys, especially if you're into the camp setting here. So I appreciate that. I always forget to say to like the stream. It really helps it out. And I haven't said it yet, but make sure if you are on, make sure you have My Killer Podcast and Movie Watch Daily and Dead Couch on your, and go sub. What the heck just happened over there?
Destroying.
I dropped my incredibly expensive kazoo.
Did you drop it in the fire? It didn't fall in the fire, did it?
I grabbed that out. Okay. Grabbed it out so fast. Not the kazoo. Not today.
You want to burn yourself.
Oh, that's pretty sick. A couple months ago, I had the privilege of seeing Sleepaway Camp in a theater with Felissa Rose and the actress that played Madman.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Sweet. I'm just scrolling through the chat. Well, we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back around. Again, we're going to try to keep this thing tight. So, all right. So I'm going to throw this up there. Hopefully the Dead Pit dudes are in the house because I'll throw this one up next. It's Madman. Madman, and I know it's a big favorite from the dudes at Dead Pit. Cool ass movie, guys. It's So you don't got it, Mel, on your backpack. It's not. You didn't pack it. You didn't pack this.
No, I had to pack so much other stuff.
You got two copies of the Tower, and you don't have Dark whatever the hell it is. And you don't.
Dark Tower. Yeah.
I skipped Madman and I opted for that second copy of Dark Tower. You got to make your choices.
I can see Madman being one of those ones that people don't like, but I can also see it's one that people do like. You know what I love about Madman?
That artwork is awesome. That old artwork's rad.
Cool, man. You know what's awesome is the opening where they're singing the song and the music's playing. I always love that. Like I was kind of hooked at the beginning, like from day one. Just that little scene. I don't know the song offhand, but I'm sure Wes is probably typing the lyrics right now in the chat. But my next pick is Madman, and there's plenty of editions out. This was a very hard movie to find for a long period of time, but now you've got a lot of different editions to check out. So if you haven't, probably pretty cool, like camping type movie there, slasher. And Mel,
I haven't watched it yet.
Well,
I
I
haven't
was
watched
just
it before,
looking
Kenny.
up the 1985 Poison Ivy. It does have Michael J. Fox in it. I have never seen it though.
Yeah, I had never seen it either.
Can I tell you that I'm really loving that you're busting out all the VHSs. That is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring like my nice additions into the woods, so I kept them.
That was really smart of you because I brought all my good stuff. I brought all the good stuff. I'm just kidding. My
I'm
next
ready for
one
the
is
bunk.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
Oh, baby.
So I
Hey,
grew
Vern.
up watching the Ernest movies. I don't know if that makes me
Same.
a lame-o or not, but
No.
oh my God, he was so amazing and funny. And I can still watch these movies to this day and still love them. But Ernest Goes to Camp was just a fun, cheeky ride. Ernest P. Worrell is such a charming doofus. But he always goes on so many adventures. So that is my pick. How do you guys
That's
feel
great.
about
Such a
this
classic.
one? It is
I
such
love
a
that
classic.
movie.
I'll admit, I haven't seen. I only have the DVD, but I haven't watched this in probably 15 years, probably. So it's definitely one I got to go back and check out. But as a kid, I really liked that one, and I loved Christmas, and I loved Goes to Jail, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Stupid.
Goes to Jail, I think, was one of my favorites when I was a kid. But Jim Varney, apparently, he hated the Ernest P. Worrell persona that he created for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know. He didn't like that.
It probably
like,
stopped
he
him
got
from being
stuck
able
with
to
that
do anything
name.
else.
Yeah,
Everybody just wanted him to be Ernest all the time, and it's probably hard for him to do everything else. Because I guess it was just he created that persona just for local commercials and stuff that he was filming in his hometown.
Really? See, I didn't know
Yeah,
that. That's
and then
interesting.
he got really big regionally, and all of these different companies would hire him to advertise their stuff. And it kind of moved beyond regional, and then Hollywood got a hold of him and said, "Man, this guy would be great in a movie."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how it goes. Somebody can say, I think that's how it went down. If he has I have a collection of the other movies where he did a lot. Like he goes to the army, he goes to all these different things, but the budget started getting real low on some of those later ones, and they're almost unwatchable.
Yeah, they weren't very good.
Yeah, but Camp, that's when it was actually legitimate production value and a good script, and there's fun. All the kids are. It's just a really sweet movie,
Do you know why the Blu-rays are so much? Why are they they're
just out of print.
Out of print? Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, they must be.
Yeah, which is sad because it's one of those ones I bet so many people slept on because I'll get it when it gets a little bit cheap because and then all of a sudden they're gone, right?
I hadn't looked in a while. Are they pretty high?
Well,
I was Scared Stupid is very high.
Yeah, recently, because this is all I have is this, and Kyle Daly actually sent me this. So,
Good
but
ones on there though.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Crap.
That's a great pick, man. I'm glad we talked about that one. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I need to revisit that. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to. I'd be a good change of pace to watch a lighter movie that isn't like a slasher camp movie.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
All right, broski. What do you got? Justin, it's you.
What do we got? Okay, are we okay? I got heavyweights.
Woo!
Heavyweights. Now, was this something that you guys watched a bunch back in the day? Because this is one of the movies that I watch and I can quote almost as much as all the comedies of the era, like Ace Ventura and all those really quotable comedies. Like Ben Stiller. I think this might be my favorite Ben Stiller role. He is absolutely iconic in this movie. The movie is written by Judd Apatow, a really early Judd Apatow script. And it's just great. It's just super, super good.
I actually just watched that movie for the first time.
Yesterday. Oh, did you? No shit. Yeah. What'd you think?
I absolutely loved it. I was surprised by how much I liked this movie. And Ben Stiller's performance in that movie, I mean, I think, Garrett, maybe you said it earlier that it was reminiscent of Dodgeball, but It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
great, and he was so fit and
He is ripped in that movie. He looks
Woo!
like fucking Rambo in that movie.
yeah.
You devil log, and he's running through the woods holding the log. What is this? Deli meat? He has that big kielbasa sandwiches, and all the kids like when they go in the bunks, and they all like. I love when they first arrive, and everybody says, "Okay, what you got?" And they all just dump out all their candy and shit they're not supposed to be eating because it's a fat camp. They all arrive at fat camp. That the setup of the movie is great because all these kids go to this camp because it's such a welcoming, warm place ran by these two sweet people. They sell the camp, and it's kind of a bait and switch where all the kids arrive, and then they realize that Ben Stiller's character, who was this like douchebag fitness guy asshole, is now running the camp, and he runs it like it's boot camp or basic training, and he's got all these kids being miserable. When he stabs the blob, you can see they stab the blob that they all jump in the lake. It's and it's legitimately funny. It like aside from being just a good classic movie, the jokes work, the performances are great. It's just and it's got a lot of heart to it. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what year did that come out? I remember seeing it when I was younger, but I can't remember. Did that come out after Something About Mary?
Oh, this had to have come before that. It had to have. I could be wrong. I'm pretty old, so I kind of forget how far back things were sometimes.
Yeah, that's like me too. I totally forget. Like,
God, what was this?
I think.
Are we talking like 96? 95.
Yeah,
wow.
1995.
Jesus, we're old.
So it probably did come out before. Well, I'm just trying to think because Ben Stiller in Something About Mary was not in great shape at all. I mean, at least it didn't seem like he was. So that's why I was curious to see what the time frame between the two movies was, because he was in fantastic condition in this movie. And I think when they did Dodgeball, they were probably like, "Oh, you know that character you played in Heavyweights? Well,
98. Something about Mary was 98.
Oh, all right. Wow. So
well, and I kept waiting for the end for him to be like munching on all the candy from the trunk of the case.
Yeah,
like the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I kept waiting for because I had that same thought that this is so reminiscent of Dodgeball.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not just like just lean in this movie. You could tell he is like shredded and has hit the weights hard. He is
he's got guns for days.
Big guns.
And then we have what is it? Kenan Thompson in this as well. I think it's him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And then we have Goldberg, Goldberg from what's it called? The Ducks.
Yeah.
Whoever plays Lars, Tom Hodges. Oh my God, he was hilarious.
He was funny, wasn't he?
I wanted more of him. He was so funny.
I love that movie.
It's definitely a good movie if you guys haven't seen it, but I saw a lot of people in the chat talking about Heavyweights, so you guys most of you seem to have seen it. So is it Mel, is it on Disney Plus?
It is. That's how I watched it. Yep, it is on Disney Plus.
So if you guys don't have it, it's easy access there.
So when we ask the question, which camp do you want to go to? I want to go to Heavyweights before Ben Stiller took over because
when they have the blob.
Oh, dude, that's the video that you did for the beginning of the stream kind of reminded me of the Heavyweights thing where it shows how amazing it is, and I could stand to lose a couple lbs too, so I think I could benefit from a nice camp. But what's funny is the kids always come back and they always weigh like they never lose any weight. They all come back like, oh yeah, Ben Stiller like weighs everybody in front of the entire group of people and is like such a dick to them. It's like traumatizing.
When the guy's like, hey, I snuck in candy, but everybody snuck in candy.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is a really cool movie for sure. But you're right. Campfire Tales, man, I have that, but you know what? I don't think I've seen that in forever, but that's a good call, man. I totally forgot about that one.
Never seen that one.
It's like I think it's an anthology horror, I believe, but I could be wrong. I have it on DVD. Brian Goes Blue said no. They
great anthology to
Campfire Tales
around campfire. Yeah,
I believe it is. I get that really confused with There's another one called I think Campfire Stories. I think, which is one I probably should have checked out before I came out here. And there's another one I think even like Ghost Story. Like they all have very similar. But you know what I was going to say, Justin, is you said that the beginning of our episode tonight was resembling what you remember in Heavyweights, and that's actually where I got the idea from. Because I
nice.
Yeah. I watched
So
this
good. Yeah, you killed that thing. Was good.
He said no blood bag. But the editions that you guys have were Best Buy exclusive. That's why they kept that 4th disc. Mine was just like a regular old.
Who put that out? Was that an Anchor Bay thing? I know they were doing a lot of that stuff at the time.
Yeah, Anchor Bay. Lepke brings up a good one. Honorable mention for sure is Addams Family Values.
Yeah.
You mentioned that one too, Garrett, in the chat.
Yeah, great summer camp vibes in that one with Wednesday. Very, very cool.
Good call.
Look at this. Johnny B. Rad is in the house. He says, you know what I heard the raddest guy in all the land? Uncle Bill, Daddy-O. He's really got people pushing for him right now.
I know. Did you see his audition video? Is pretty sexy, I gotta say.
It was pretty.
That was pretty dope.
Robert Long's still pissed about this poison ivy thing. Listen, Mel already looked it up. She found it. Whatever you tell her to do, she does it.
I've never heard of that.
Shush you.
I've never heard of it. That's kind of right when he was making all of his big movies too, wasn't it?
Well, let's see.
When we did,
but
we were talking about when we did our Teen Wolf in '85 was when all those movies were coming out.
84, 85, yeah.
Yeah,
85.
so this one was 85.
So he had Back to the Future 2, Teen Wolf, and The Amazing Poison Ivy came out. I wonder if he had done that earlier or something, and maybe it came out. That's crazy. I've never heard of that one. Let's check it out. We'll check it out, Mr. Long.
Yep. All right. Ben Grimm says his local art house theater has Ernest Club where they come and meet once a month and talk Ernest. Wow. That's pretty badass.
That's a lot of Ernest talk, though. Like, what do y'all talk about?
That's a sick group of dudes getting together.
I'm really sad, though.
Maybe there's some chicks in there, too.
Some of these people who get older and they hate, like, the movies that they've been in, the ones that everybody always loves, like The Lost Boys. We talked about how, what's his name? Patrick or whatever.
Jason Patrick, yeah.
Jason Patrick is always annoyed that everybody like only talks to him about that movie. But if they just could see how much these movies affect people's lives and how near and dear these characters are to people's hearts and shape their childhoods, like how can you even be mad at that? It's just it's insane to me to think about that. Like The Lost Boys it's all time and it's always going to be all time. Like there will never be another movie like that ever.
Once you make the art, you really can't control what happens to it after that. It's out in the world, and some things stick forever, and some things people don't remember as much. I just think they probably do they do those type of movies really early in their career, and then they think they get better, or think they have roles where their performances are better or more nuanced, or they do some real super dramatic shit, and they're like, didn't you see Sleepers? I did more than The Lost Boys.
Capitalized on that too. Like if he would have just pushed to capitalize on that, like he probably could still be making a lot of money on that. Like what does he want people to remember him from, like Solar Babies or?
Well, I listened to a podcast. What's I forget his name now. The guy who reps all the people at the horror cons.
Sean Clark.
He said that he was that Jason Patrick was really frustrated with that whole thing, and he was also like trying to charge like outlandish amounts of he wanted a huge payday to do the cons, and he really wasn't into it for the love of the game. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That's just
maybe he's excited that Imprint put out this new After Dark set because it's got a movie he did called Rush and another one called After Dark My Sweet in the same box set. So maybe he's fired up that this is he's getting some love for his other flicks over here. But I agree. I mean, how can you not just run with it, especially at this point where it's like, heck, I'm just going to run with Lost Boys because it's so universally loved,
I think if Pamela Springsteen, I think is that what her name is, Pamela? Yeah. If she hit the convention circuit, her lines would be out the fucking door. She probably doesn't. When you talk to a lot of these people who like just start the conventions and they do their first year, they'll say the same thing. Like, I had no idea. They also don't realize the money they can make. But who wouldn't want a picture with Pamela Springsteen as Angela for a photo op? I mean, people would line up out the fucking door. If you get a photo op with Felissa Rose and Pamela Springsteen, like how awesome would that be?
I would
very
go
cool.
for Pam over Felissa at this point. You know what I mean?
It'd be really, really cool, man. It'd be really cool.
All right, so a lot of people are talking in the chat about more or less movies that they want to see us talk about, and I know some are on our list, so I didn't want to bring it up. But here, Good Real Hunting says, and happy 35th birthday, Lost Boys, on July 31st. I didn't even realize that was the date for it, so I'm excited it's coming up. So yeah, maybe I'll do another Lost Boys show. That's cool.
Nice.
All right, so the next one I'm going to talk about is one that I've talked about on this channel quite a bit. And I know Justin has recently watched it because he said there's a nice version, pretty nice version on YouTube that you can stream, because this movie has not seen the light of day on physical media since VHS days. And that is Summer Camp Nightmare. So this is an old DVD bootleg I got many, many years ago. And this movie I think it's fantastic. And it's one of those movies that I just wish somebody would pick up. And I don't know if it's a music issue. I'm not sure what the problem is with this. But it's a real cool movie, and it takes place, in a summer camp, and it got the same feel as like a lot of these movies like Sleepaway Camp that we're talking about. And Tom Fridley's in it, Tom Fridley, big fan of him. He was also in Friday the 13th Part 6, and he basically plays a very similar character as he did in that movie, as far as just how he looks and stuff like that. But it's basically like a group of kids that go to a camp, and the main counselor, or you would say he's the head of the camp, Chuck Connors, who we all know from Tourist Trap, amongst other things. And he plays like a real creepy owner. And these kids just take over the camp, basically, and the kids are running the camp, and they make their own rules. And it almost kind of turns into a little bit of, what's that movie there with the kids are on the island or whatever?
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, yeah. So it kind of starts to turn into something like that, and it's a real cool movie, good music, and great cast of characters in that. So if you guys haven't seen it, or you have seen it, let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. And have you seen it, Mel?
I haven't seen that one, but I'm interested now that you brought up Lord of the Flies, because that was a crazy, creepy movie.
That's a good jam, right?
Little kids running around.
Did you guys watch Lord of the Flies in school by any chance? Because I did.
Mm-mm.
I think it was like a book thing. Like, we didn't watch it.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I don't
weird.
know
It seems like a strange movie to show young children because it's pretty brutal.
They show that in school all the time, or they don't show it, but they have kids read the book, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a class. Well, I guess it used to be. It's probably not anymore, actually.
Yeah.
But Summer Camp Nightmare is really well done. I'm sure I had heard of it, but I watched it in preparation for this conversation, and I was really surprised about how much I loved it. I watched it on YouTube, and there's some pretty disturbing moments. It's just a good, solid story. And what's the guy's name? The lead guy? What his character's name? I can't remember. But once he takes over and people start like listening to him and following him as this leader, it really goes to all kinds of crazy places. It was just not at all what I expected. It's pretty badass. It doesn't have like the cheese factor of a lot of the movies that we've talked about. It's a pretty serious movie as far as tone. I mean, there's some goofy shit in there just because of the time it was made, but overall the movie takes itself pretty seriously. And once the kids take over the camp, I mean, it's kind of brutal, killing people and shit.
What was the guy's name? Runk the Punk?
Runk the Punk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Cool.
You wanna watch it now. You want to see Runk the Punk.
Well, once they take over,
like a boyfriend back from high school.
Well, once they take over, and you think that the majority of the campers, he does it under the guise of, oh, this is just for fun. Because don't they take advantage of a situation where they do like a fun day where the counselors are the kids, and they kind of swap roles, and then they kind of really do it, and everybody thinks it's still kind of funny. But it just shows that kind of like group think, when a group of people kind of like lose their mind collectively and like lose sight of how crazy shit is really getting, because it just kind of spirals out of control. And it's just a really interesting movie.
Terrifying. That's a terrifying concept.
That recent show, Yellow Jackets, was it kind of reminded me of Yellow Jackets a little bit.
You know what? I've never seen that, but I'm really interested in it because I've been hearing such great things about that show.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
And I think that was kind of a play on Lord of the Flies too, right? Like,
it is, yeah.
They like took inspiration from Lord of the Flies. To make it, right?
It's like what happens when, there's no authority and people nobody's going to check them on doing crazy shit and being evil, and like human nature and what people and humans are really capable of if they let like the bad sides of their personality come through. And it's just, I was really impressed with that movie. Hopefully was it a TV movie?
I think it probably was, but I'm not sure exactly if it was or not. But yeah, man, how's the heat rash doing, Justin, from earlier? Doing pretty good?
Oh man, it's rough. It's brutal, man, but luckily I had a sexy nurse came fix me right up. That was my girl there. That nurse, man. I had the hots for her when I watched that. I think I texted you like, man, this nurse is hot. I don't even remember having like what did he have rash? It was just a heat rash from the sun.
Yeah. It's such an odd scene. Mel will text us when she watches it on YouTube.
She comes from like miles and miles for a little like heat rash to
makes funny. This little kid bend over in a Speedo so she can look at his butt to make sure this.
Yeah, it's so strange.
It's such an awkward scene. You're like, oh, what the hell? Mm-hmm. All right. Summer Camp Nightmare was a book that I read in high school called Butterfly Revolution. That is pretty cool information. Thanks, Side Hustle. There's some, if you look at, there's alternate posters for the movie too, where the movie was titled The Butterfly Revolution as well. Because I don't know what for some reason that the evil, head of the camp was like obsessed with butterflies, which was such an odd thing for his character to do. All right, so that's Summer Camp Nightmare. So check it out if you guys haven't. It's on YouTube, Justin said. So I don't think we're going to get an edition anytime soon, but I hope somebody can put this out there. Mel, do you got anything coming up next you want to chat about?
Movie-wise?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys want to do a collective conversation about The Burning, since we had like one liked, one didn't like, and I hadn't seen it yet, so I watched it situation going on?
Oh, you did watch it? You ended up watching it?
Look at my terrible release.
No squish.
Because it doesn't have the slip.
Slipless, not squishy. This is bulbous. I did watch it.
Okay, so all right, we'll explain the conversation. I'm a huge Burning fan. I think it's a great 80s slasher summer camp movie. Justin watched it. He liked it, but he didn't like it as much as I did. And then Mel said she would watch it and then let us know which side she takes. So, Mel, I'm curious to know what you thought.
So I watched it, and I actually really did like it. I thought it was super fun. I thought it had some good gore in it, and
violation.
Shush you. The ending sequence when they actually finally, like, spoiler alert, see the man, his face was a little funny looking. Like the prosthetics he was wearing were kind of laughable, but some of the things were cool in it. Like when they had to makeshift that raft and they were looking for their canoes and they find it and he like jumps out and just like legit slaughters like 5 people in
that scene is awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. So I don't know. I liked it. I liked the skull with the burning eyes in the beginning. That was pretty awesome. Tom Savini did the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did the effect. Yeah,
he did the special effects in it. So that's super cool, just all on its own. And yeah, the characters were fun. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, you had an all-star cast. I mean, you had George Costanza in there.
Oh my God. Cool, so they like made him out to be like the cool dude, and I was like the whole time just imagining this bald guy with, and not only does he have hair on his head, but when he gets his white shirt wet, you can see like the carpet he has underneath like on his chest and his back. He's a hairy dude. It was awesome.
Well, it's also got Fast Times. What's his name? Ratna from Fast Times is in that movie. Oh, what is this?
Fisher Stevens.
Esteban with a $50 super sticker. Thanks a lot, broski. All right, that means we're getting a dance with the music.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow, thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. What is this? Brian Goes Blue says he's got the coolest Cropsy figure at a convention last month. Clay figure. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was watching that actually, Brian. It was a long video. I was watching. I saw Coco was doing the voice at the convention. I was watching it. I didn't get to what you picked up though, so I will go back and check it out.
See, I love the setup of the movie. I think it's got a cool story. And like I said, because I did a super deep dive into like the whole making of the movie, because it was the very first big production from Harvey, from the Weinsteins for Miramax, you know, and a story based on a story written by Harvey Weinstein, which is kind of gnarly. There's some sketchy moments in it. But what I thought, I don't know why, like I said in my video, I think they could have gone on to make a few sequels that could have been really, really cool. The design of Cropsy, I thought the design of Cropsy was awesome, but they just didn't show him enough. That's the main problem that I have with the movie, is that I didn't, like I said, I didn't really hate the movie. I just thought it was okay. We didn't see enough of Cropsy, and there's just a lot of like dead time in the middle, because we have the great opening scene. We have the great hospital scene where the guy comes and brings the doctor in to show him how fucked up and burnt Cropsy is, and there's some really good burn makeup when the hand, you know, comes out and grabs him. We get a good kill at the beginning when Cropsy first gets out, but then like nothing happens for like 40 minutes or something, and I'm just like waiting for something to happen. But then we get that big massive slaughter scene, which is awesome, with the iconic, you know, garden shears. It's an odd choice of weapon too, I thought, but it was okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Should have gotten more sequels.
I agree a lot with that, because you never know, especially back then. Like, he could have been another big name like slasher back in the day, because there's still fights over if this movie was done before Friday the 13th, and they're saying that Friday the 13th almost copied this idea from them, but this movie was released after. It's a whole big mess where I think that they still claim that this was written first, and it was kind of, the idea was kind of stolen. But you know what's funny about this too? I think someone posted in there, is like, as soon as Cropsy got out of the hospital, the first thing he did was he went to the red light district and
gets a hooker.
Like such a random thing for this guy to do, you know?
Yeah. Well, the thing, they didn't show him like lurking a whole lot. There's a couple scenes like they act like we're just gonna kind of see the movie from Cropsy's perspective of him kind of stalking the kids. They lost sight of that a little bit in the middle. I think if they would have had a couple scenes that created a little bit of tension, like Cropsy kind of hunting the kids, it could have been like a little bit better. But also, there's a really good documentary on that Blu-ray with a great interview with Tom Savini, which you could also watch on YouTube. And he talks about how he turned down Friday the 13th Part 2 to do the burning.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
Yeah, he did.
And Harvey claims that he wrote the movie before Friday the 13th, but that's just up for debate. Who fucking knows? That guy's a douche, so he could just be bullshitting. You know.
Couple lines in here. So Esteban, thanks again, man. What is up to you, my friend? Lepke Vision. He's got him.
Heck yeah.
Eat shit and die.
Eat shit and live.
Eat shit and live, Bill. There's a great cast of characters in this movie, and that's what I like. There's a very memorable group of characters, like the bully, Glazer. It's funny because they're like, the girls are talking. They're like, "How can you believe? Like, what would it feel like with Glazer on your body with all that muscle?" I'm like, he wasn't even really that jacked at all. Like, he wasn't. Like, I looked at him like he's the big threat. Like, he wasn't built. Like,
he was like the alpha guy. Yeah.
Glazer. Like, I just think it's a cool name. It's a cool gimmick. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Joe Reese? Let's see what we got. I just don't want to miss any. Oh, is that what he says, Robert Long? I was trying to think when he was in the hospital and he was trying to explain to the guy, like, he's like an old
Big Mac.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Great.
I was thinking of that in my head. Cable guy. He says Savini actually said he was disappointed with the look of the crop. Said he felt like it was rushed.
I feel that. I mean, when you see
Petey.
when
That's
you
my
see
dog.
him at the end, it's like.
Mel's getting compliments over here.
Hey, thanks.
Sorry, my dog. Pete, my little dog here.
Well, that's what happens when you bring dogs to camp, bro.
I know. He's not supposed to be here. Pete, go. I'm off. Now I'm crooked, but who cares? Who gives a shit?
Slash over says Glaze's real name was probably Herman or something, but he called himself whatever he wanted. Like, what's your name? Like, I'm Glazer. He goes home, he's like the biggest dork ever.
Glazer.
But at camp, he's like the badass. I love it. That's so true, though. All right, so Mr. Movie Watch Dead Couch down there, you got anything for me?
What else we got? I think what else do we have on the list here? I think I have everything covered that was on my then my little stack here, unless I forgot something.
Same.
Well, I have a bunch that we can talk about as a unit.
Yeah, let's do it.
If we've seen it, what we think of it. This one is one that definitely is in need for an upgrade. I've had this for many, many years. The VHS I have the DVD. It's an Anchor Bay title and iconic artwork here. And it's Cheerleader Camp, which has a great cast with like Lucida Dickey in there and Betsy Russell, Leif Garrett's in there. It's a pretty cool movie. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of nudity in it. I'll tell you that. But, yeah,
Nice.
So it's got a lot of that in there.
That cover, that's such an iconic poster. The cover of that movie.
Oh yeah,
it really is, and I definitely think this almost looks like it would be an R.L. Stein book. Like the cover.
I was
looks
just
like,
thinking that too.
It does. It really
Say
does.
cheese and die vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So I would definitely say that this deserves an upgrade, and I'm not sure why it hasn't got one yet. But that's Cheerleader Camp. Did you guys seen this one at all? Did you say?
I
see
didn't
it still.
that one.
It may be on YouTube as well. I'm not sure.
Probably on Tubi or something. I feel like they always have those deep cuts on there. I need to see that. Just because I love the cover art so damn much.
And
Yeah,
not the
it's a real
boobies.
cool one. That he'll like those in there too. Yeah. I mean, dude, listen, Betsy Russell, like everything she's in is money. So, if you guys have seen Tomboy, you gotta check that one out too.
Never heard of that.
Oh, it's a good one, man. Really good. It's on Blu-ray.
Betsy Russell?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen her in the Saw movies. I've never seen her in anything else that I can remember. So.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Private School. You got to get Private School if you guys haven't seen it. That's a good one with her and Phoebe Cates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Private School is a cool movie if you guys haven't seen it. Oh, you know what? This is a good call here. Berserker is a camp movie. I forgot about that. That was a Vinegar Syndrome title.
Yeah, I remember when that came out.
It's a good camp movie.
I wouldn't say
Just
that.
checking.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I'm just checking before I
No.
jog over there and look it up.
I remember looking when the Vinegar Syndrome put it out, but I didn't end up picking it up.
Yeah, it's not that great, but I forgot about that. All right, the next one I know at least I think Justin said he watched this one. Camp Nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that one. Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. It's also it's got a bunch of kids. I'm trying to think who else is in it. A lot of '90s kids were in this one, and basically these group of kids, they don't want to go to the camp their parents want to send them, so they make up their own camp and they convince Christopher Lloyd to kind of run it as the counselor and stuff. And they kind of it's that similar.
It's kind of like accepted, except instead of a college, it's a camp.
Yeah.
Okay. I dig that premise. Yeah, it's been. I don't even really remember that movie at all, to be honest with you. I know I saw it way back when I was a kid, but
yeah. So that was a pretty cool movie. I think it was probably mid '90s. Let me see when this was out. I don't know.
that seems about the same time as Heavyweights came out. Probably that 94, 95, 96 era.
Yeah, I can't see it on here, but it probably was like early to mid '90s. I bet.
94.
What's this guy doing over here? Esteban throwing another $20. Look
No!
at this guy. I hope we're entertaining you on this Friday night, man.
Thanks for
Thanks,
coming to
Brosky.
camp.
Welcome to camp. I'm glad you could join us. Oh, little hamster.
I'm always jamming with that when that pops up.
Oh my god, me too.
All right, and This one I watched last night for the first time, and I had never seen it before, but I'd heard a lot about it through the years, and I was like, you know what, we're doing this show. Let me buy this one. It's the only one that I didn't have in my stack of summer camp movies, and that was Wet Hot American Summer. And I'm going to tell you, I turned this damn thing off within 30 minutes.
Crazy.
30 minutes, and I was like, this was garbage.
Oh, man.
And I didn't finish it. So let me know what you guys think of this one, because to me, I wasn't sure what to think of this. Like, I didn't know it was so, like Justin said, it was 2 years too late. Came out in 2001, and you know me, I think 99 is my cutoff, more or less. So.
God, if they just would have put it out a couple years earlier, Garrett would have liked it.
What they did was they kind of tried to take the route of like, oh my God, what's the other one there? Just talking about it the other day on Criterion. Oh, Dazed and Confused, where it came out later, but they tried to set it back to be like something from the 70s or 80s, and I just feel like it didn't work with this one. And
they're trying to, like, the older actors playing, aren't they supposed to be playing like teenagers, but they're all older and stuff? The cast is so stacked. It's just crazy. Like, I always remember that Paul Rudd scene where she tells him to pick up the trash and he doesn't want to, so he keeps on going back and picking up the... Have you seen it, Mel?
I haven't. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh man, it's kind of a classic, man. It really is, but it's definitely not for everybody. It's very silly, and the jokes are very dumb. And by the end of it, it really goes off the fucking rails for sure.
I didn't make it that far, so I didn't see the end. But you're right; it has a big stacked cast. I mean, you know, Janine Garofalo. Like you said, it's got Paul Rudd, Bradley Cooper's in here. I mean, Molly Shannon. Like, there's a lot of people, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't find it funny. I just kind of found it almost like it was a parody or something. So I didn't end up watching the whole thing. So nobody's really talking about. Joe Jack, what's up, man? He said he loves it. So I haven't.
It's a classic, man.
That's
and they did do a sequel.
Meatballs, though. I watched Meatballs for this, and I don't know. I couldn't get into that one either.
Well, that'll be our last discussion right now. We'll talk Meatballs, and this did have a bunch of sequels that I don't think are on DVD or Blu-ray. So, I mean, I liked Meatballs a lot when I was younger. I thought it was kind of fun, but it's been a long time since I've watched it. So I don't really remember. I just remember, obviously, Bill Murray played that weird counselor guy, and I remember the scene where he was like wrestling the girl, like on the floor or whatever.
It was,
and you weren't sure.
It was like borderline inappropriate all the time, and it's like I just kept waiting for him to just start perving out, but yet he never did. But they set up these situations like all the time. There was one part where he was like laying on the ground, supposed to be head of the camp guy, just with a freaking camper girl, just like flirt. I don't even know what he was doing, and then he was like sexually harassing this woman into finally at the end he like verbally abused her into moving in with him or something.
It was a weird thing, because when you watch it, I can always remember it was like that one scene where they were on the couch or something, and she kept saying no and like screaming no, but like he was like trying to make jokes, and you're kind of like, wait, this is pretty borderline like rape going on here.
It was getting a little cross the liney, but then like somebody comes in and he rolls on the floor and flips her on top of him, and he's like, "Get off me, get off!" And then he like tells
that's
the guy
wild.
that comes in that she was attacking him, and like throughout the entire movie, he just would like. It wasn't even like, you know, somebody comes up to you and wants to start a conversation, and you just joke around saying like, you know, things that aren't true, but you're being sarcastic, so it's funny. He just walks up and straight tells lies to people's faces, and you're just like, what? Where's the punchline? No punchline, just straight up lies, and then he just pieces out like that.
I gotta rewatch it.
Is that a Harold Ramis movie?
I believe it is. I think he did this in Stripes. No, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, maybe. Ivan Reitman, Harold Ramis. Yeah.
So it sounds a lot different than the Corey Feldman Meatballs 4. Is that what it was? Meatballs 4.
Yeah, there was a bunch of different Meatballs. I think 3 had like Dempsey, 4 had Corey's. Yeah.
Yeah, Meatballs 4 was
Corey's.
Cool.
I think it did. I could be wrong. I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest.
1979. Yeah, but those days, that was kind of the heyday where like anything goes as far as like super inappropriate shit, you know. That's just one of those things about when you go back and watch these, even with when you like we were talking about with Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, like there was just no limits on being offensive and like having shit cross the line that was super inappropriate, because it was like just a big guys club back in the day. They were probably all blowing a bunch of coke and just partying, making these crazy movies, and there was nobody to stop them, you know, nobody put the reins on them and reel them in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and don't get me wrong, that's not why I didn't like it, because generally I don't mind that kind of humor and everything like that. I couldn't get into it because there was no story, like there was no plot. It was just like it was almost like a day in the life or a week in the life at this camp. There was it absolutely had no direction whatsoever. It just followed Bill Murray around as he was being weird. But I mean, there was one part that I was like, oh, when the little kid won the race or whatever, I was like, oh my god, I'm gay. But other than that, yeah, I was just like, meh.
What if it was one of those movies where they really didn't have much of a script for it and they just kind of like filmed shit, you know?
It definitely felt like Bill Murray just got to riff a bunch of stuff, which was kind of cool because he's hilarious. So, I mean, there were funny parts, but I don't know.
That was kind of always his deal, where he just wanted to do like, to be honest with you, I am not like one of those huge Bill Murray guys. I find him to be kind of an asshole from everything I hear about him. So I think when he gets into a movie, he kind of just does what he wants. That's my hot take for the. I love Groundhog. I love Groundhog Day and Scrooge, and he's been in some of my favorite movies. But he does have a little bit of a reputation, and it sounds like he just had his way with this one too. I've never seen it, so.
Well, you're gonna want to.
There's Anna from What a Goal Wants. A reminder to hit that like button, y'all. That's right. What's up, girl?
Thanks.
She's got a great channel. She's got a fantastic channel. She just dropped a new video today, a nice thrift store haul video. Great channel up there, What a Goal Wants.
Yeah, go check her out, guys, and definitely hit that like button. And I don't know what you want to say at this point. Esteban banging another 50 out.
Holy shit!
This guy over here.
Shit! The big baller.
He just paid for my gas to get back home from here.
Holy shit!
I still have to hitchhike back.
Man, that is so generous,
me and
man.
5 suitcases.
Yeah, it definitely is. Thank you so much, man. Super generous. I appreciate you hanging out at camp with us. And we'll just get Corey back in the mix. Yeah, boy.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, thank you again, man. I appreciate that so much.
Wow.
I hope you guys are liking the camp vibe here. Everybody seems to be, like I said, it's weird because, I say, I want to keep this around 1 hour 30, which we're running right on that. So we've done really good with time because I don't have any other movies here to talk about. We can run through the chat really quick, kind of let you guys know a little bit about what we're all up to on our individual channels. And make sure to follow Mel and Justin as well as we kind of wrap it up. But man,
and we're still kind of learning. We're still kind of learning how to do this thing. This is our second appearance as the Rad Pack.
Yeah, we did one about a month ago talking Teen Wolf. So if you haven't watched that one, go back and check it out. And
this is a new faction.
It's a sick faction, guys. I mean, I appreciate the love because, guys, it's 11:30 and we've got over 50 people still hanging out in here. So thank you guys so much for hanging with us.
That's
and if
awesome.
you haven't come in and said what's up in the chat, we're going to run through some of the chat right now. I'm sorry I missed a lot, but we wanted to make sure to get these movies out there. And like I said, Anna, what is going on? Welcome again.
Yo.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
Should we do a quick recap of everything? Do you guys remember what we talked about? Or should we recap the movies? Or
sure, we can run through them really quick. Yeah, like my first one I talked about was the Friday the 13th series. That was the first one. And then Mel threw out the second one was another big series, Sleepaway Camp series. And then Justin talked about Ticks.
That's right. That's right.
And then I brought it back to Madman, did a little Madman chat. Mel threw it out to her boy Ernest, P-World.
Know what I mean?
My man world.
And then Justin brought it back down, and he showed us. What'd you show us on that second one, Justin?
Was it heavyweights?
Heavyweights,
baby.
Yeah. And then I came back around, and we talked Summer Camp Nightmare.
Nice.
And then Mel threw out some Cropsy action with The Burning. awesome.
Which I have
here.
a deep dive review on the Dead Couch channel. You guys can check out.
He does, yeah, guys. Go check out his channel at Dead Couch. He does a real good deep dive of The Burning. If you have seen it or haven't seen it, he does. That's the thing, Justin. I do give you a lot of props. Like, you put a lot of time and effort into your videos, and they deserve to be seen.
Yeah.
And
the next one is going to be Ticks. I have a just like The Burning, a big deep dive on the whole making of and behind the scenes of Ticks coming up too. So I like to really dig into the story of these movies and the behind the scenes stuff. So all the nerdy stuff.
Yeah, no, you do a fantastic job with those deep dives, for real. It must take you a while because editing to me is like it's so time consuming. So
yeah,
you put a lot of effort into that. Yeah.
So then we had Ticks, and then Summer Camp Nightmare. Is that where what am I missing?
Yep. Then we jumped into Summer Camp Nightmare, and then I think we came around and just started spitting out things like Meatballs and Camp Nowhere, and all these other ones like Wet Hot American Summer, Cheerleader Camp, and started chatting about those, and with some recommendations like the Fear Street and stuff like that, because they did a great job with the summer camp stuff. So
God damn, we covered a lot of movies tonight. Holy shit!
Yeah, and there was still
and it wasn't a 3.5 hour stream.
No, we made good time here.
We're getting better at this, fellas.
Ooh,
that's right.
Okay, Cable Guy. No, don't go in the woods. Now, I forget though. That's not summer camp, is it? Is it? No, I don't think so. I know it's woods, but Daddy Day Camp. No, I didn't do that one. But yeah, guys, really quick, if you haven't, make sure to throw a like on the stream if you have not. Just because, again, that'll get more people's eyeballs on it if you guys really enjoyed it. And
ooh, that's a squishy
is that it?
Cover.
That's Don't Go in the Woods, yeah. But I'm not sure if it's a summer camp or just people camping in the woods.
Is that
Classic collector bullshit. I have it and I haven't seen it. Yeah, Don't Go in the Woods alone.
Hey, at least yours is open.
Yeah, I open them. Yeah, there's. I have a few that I haven't opened.
Look at all the movies Justin brought to camp, huh? Wow. I
had to bring them. I have my portable DVD player. I got it set up here since I'm on bunk duty. I clean the toilet here. I scrub a floor there. I watch Ticks. You know what I mean? Have a soda or two, a slice of pizza. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's do that really quick. Let's run through. I'll hand off to Mel and then to Justin. You guys just promote your channel, and if anything coming up on your channel the next couple weeks or anything planned, just let them know.
I just bought this. I'm so excited about it.
You're going to be giving kazoo lessons on your channel, I heard.
Yes, coming soon. Just kidding. Mel, My Killer Podcast. You can find me at that name on all the things. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got anything planned coming up, kiddo?
No, never. I drop videos every week, but they're random.
Are you on tour still? Or are you kind of?
I am off tour.
All right, cool.
I need a break.
Good call. Good call.
No, I'm just kidding. But kind of not.
Now, Justin, my man, tell them about all of your stuff going on.
Yeah, so I'm trying to manage 2 channels, sometimes not very well. It's really hard to do that. But on the Dead Couch, that's where I talk about movie. This is Garrett's side of my channels, where everything that I talk about on the Dead Couch is all movies before 2000. So that's going to be the 80s, 90s, 70s, all the cheesy, slashers and all that shit in the classic horror era. So I just dropped a review for The Burning, and that's where all my physical media stuff is too, where I post all my hauls. I'm dropping my Ticks deep dive that I still need to edit. That'll be coming up Sunday. On the Movie Watch Daily, I just did a couple videos on the new Monsters trailer, breaking down that shit show. And that's where on Movie Watch Daily, I do my What I Watched videos. Every month I go through my letterbox and do the What I Watched. Trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie news, all the current stuff is on Movie Watch Daily. And I'm really trying to do my best to post as much as I can. But goddamn, man, it's tough. I don't know what I was thinking doing 2 channels, but
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty
bold
tough work there. Yeah, that's very bold of you.
It is.
And you guys, obviously, if you're watching this, you're on my channel. Make sure you subscribe at Born to Be Rad. If you're watching this, sub to the channel. As far as what I have coming out, I did get a notification this morning saying my Severin order has shipped, which if you guys didn't check, Mel and I were both with Dead Pit last night, simulcasting our Vinegar Syndrome haul video, which they also opened their Severin haul video, and mine had not come in yet. So I got a notification, of course, today or last night saying it's coming.
Making G jealous last night.
Oh my God. So I will be doing a haul video about the Severin stuff I got, because to be honest, I don't remember what I picked up. And as far as anything else that I have planned, I mean, I am going to be on a couple streams this week, I think. And I'll probably do another Up All Night stream, but nothing big yet planned, I do not think, unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, just been real busy here with work, so I've been kind of iffy on some of the content, but I'm trying to get back into it as much as I can. And I don't know what this Hillbilly Confidential says. There you go, Garrett. Much better stream than yesterday now that you have buried the dead. Wow. What a shot, Hillbilly Confidential. Craziness over there. Wes is going to get pissed.
Oh, man.
Blood Games, Summer Can't Feel. Is that Blood Games? Is that the one that came out with from Vinegar?
Yeah, that's a good little revenge movie. That's a fun one.
Party Camp. I don't know that one.
Damn, I've never heard of that one.
Psycho Cop. If that counts, Oh, you're saying if that counts, Psycho Cop counts. What is this? Esteban again? I just click in if you said Camp. Oh, Camp Candy? Remember that show? Remember Camp Candy? You guys ever saw that? It's like a cartoon.
John Candy.
All right, well, guess what, brother? We're going back to Hamster. Oh, yeah, so good call, man. Let's get Mel to 1,000. She is super close. She's about 40 away, I think. I think you're about 40 away, right?
I don't know.
Roughly around there.
Smash that subscribe button.
Kill that button.
Kill it. Kill it. Stop the violence.
I never seen this.
Easy extra. Uh-oh, don't let mid-level see that comment.
Oh. He probably owns that version.
Extra testicle.
Yeah, Camp Candy was a cartoon in the mid '90s, I think.
Oh, I'd never heard of that one.
Samuel Perry, missed the stream. I'll rewatch. Hey, yeah, guys. So again,
Hit
we're
up the
gonna
rewatch
out of here because again, I don't want to make it too long. We're still under 140. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's our second stream together. I think it went pretty well. And guys, we had over 50 people hanging in here the whole time, so I appreciate everybody.
Man, that's awesome.
Thank you everybody for hanging out.
And see if anybody has any ideas for themes or anything like that. I like doing this little theme here. So if anybody has any ideas for themes or ideas, throw
Something
away.
You guys want to see?
Yeah,
so that's perfect. So guys, again, thank you so much for all the super chats, Esteban, man. Thank you so much for popping in and doing that. That was super cool of you. Guys, yeah, throw in the comments, not necessarily in the chat, because once we go off here, that'll be gone, but put in the comments down in the comment section anything that you think that we should watch or anything that you think that we should do as far as a theme for our next episode.
Oh, Robzilla, Wido.
What's he saying? Revenge movies? You're not into the revenge movies? It depends. It depends on what it is. I mean, that's kind of a big area to cover, you know what I mean? So that's what's tough about that. We could narrow it down a little bit. You're not into the revenge movies, Mel, huh?
No, they're not my favorite.
All right, then we don't have to do
I'm with you. I'm with you.
We all got to agree on it. So, is Twisted Nightmare a camp movie? Man, because I have that and I totally just,
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Little Rubber Monsters movie.
Yep.
I like that.
I'm into that. Okay.
That's right up my alley.
Guys, you know what's going to happen?
We're going to agree on that one.
We're gonna have Boglins all over the place on the street.
We're gonna have Boglins. I'll get a chance to talk about fucking Poultrygeist for the 50,000th time.
Hobgoblins.
Talk about
That is on the list. Oh, I love
Yes.
Hi, Brian.
Look over your shoulder.
That's creepy.
Anna, thank you so much. And guys, thank
Yo,
you guys
thanks,
so
Anna.
much again for hanging out with us. And this is Garrett at Born to Be Rad, and this is the Rad Pack. And like always, stay rad.
Stay weird.
Stay killer. Guys, I need a ride home. I need a ride home.
Go to bed, Mel.